What is research but a blind date with knowledge? As the greatest scientist of the 20th century, Albert Einstein said about research, "If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it?" This justifies the fact that what is research but a blind date with knowledge? We humans have something special as compared to all other species of this planet. We are curious about our surroundings, and this curiosity pushed us in the exploration of knowledge. But the exploration of knowledge is not simple. The basic demand of this exploration is to doubt everything, raise questions on even the well-established thoughts. We are more process-oriented rather than the result. Whenever the approach will be result-oriented, there will be limited scope for experiment, innovation, and research. However, if our approach will be process-oriented, then the possibilities of outcome will be diverse, unique, and magnificent. The discovery of fire, wheel, domestication, agriculture, and many more watershed things were not written anywhere. All of these were the result of blind date of human with knowledge. In ancient times, when our ancestors looked into the sky, it was their blind date with knowledge that paved the way for modern astronomy, where we have launched the James Webb Telescope to explore this universe. It is the blind date with knowledge of Aryabhat, Charak, Alexander Fleming, Sir Isaac Newton, and many more which paved the way for the modern world and possibilities. The out-of-the-box thinking of Swami Vivekananda also embarked upon the importance of knowledge exploration, where obtaining some predetermined goal is not the purpose of knowledge. The greatness of a thinker or scientist is not associated only with their great result, but people love them more for their approach. As our beloved former President of India, Missile Man, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, "Learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, knowledge makes you great." When the recent COVID-19 pandemic hits the world, we all had the basic knowledge about treatment and vaccines, but it was the blind date with knowledge that gave us the specific solution to this problem. With the changing variant of the virus, if we stick with the existing knowledge and experience, the humanity will face severe consequences. But it is the very nature of research, in actually blind date with knowledge, which gives tons of new possibilities and hopes. The development of gene editing, in vitro fertilization, biotechnology, artificial intelligence, etc. is nothing but the blind date with knowledge. We knew less about the consequences of gene-modified crops, designer babies, viral experiments, and robotic AI in future. But we are still going in that direction with full vigor and guile. Wouldn't you call this research a blind date with knowledge? Some experts says that we should not continue the research which has the potential of challenging entire humanity, like artificial intelligence, designer baby, etc. But in reality, they are forgetting the fact that when the Voyagers started to explore the world, the majority of them believed that the earth is flat and this sea will be ended up abruptly. But it was their blind date with knowledge that connects the world in a new way. In ancient Indian philosophy, we focused more upon learning by seeing. But in medieval and modern times, our approach had changed to only arranged dates with knowledge, rote learning. This approach has shown detrimental results to our society, where the importance of research has been none. Where no Indian university would be able to find a place in the top 100 ranks in the world. We are thankfully witnessing a new era where the new education policy of 2020 again trying to adopt the approach of learning by seeing so that we attain our glory, as we had witnessed in the time of Nalanda Mahavihara. Learning by seeing does not limit your thought, rather it increases the know of blind date with knowledge. The rich and well-researched knowledge of ancient India in various fields such as astronomy, mathematics, astrology, Ayurveda, music, etc. was not merely a random chance. It shows how much they believe in the process of research rather than rote learning. Wouldn't you say it was a blind date with the knowledge for them? If not, then who showed them the path? And if yes, then why we have ignored this approach even after so many long years of independence? The question might have no straight answer, but the very fact is that we have witnessed a huge loss. So now we should adopt the pragmatic way of learning and focus more on research and development. The scope of research is not limited, it's spread in various directions. For space exploration, we need an understanding of material, design, fuel. For sustainable development, we need a more informative outlook on our environment. Without research, the scope of employability becomes limited. Every youth becomes a job hunter. Whereas, the pro-research culture not only open up a new arena of possibility, but also maximize the outcome of demographic dividend multiple times. At present time, marks is everything, and that's why the maximum know of students have adopted a result-oriented way. They are forgetting the message of the 3I movie, run behind the excellence, success will follow you. And for that, we have to infuse them with the courage of doing a blind date with knowledge and adopting failure as a significant achievement and the art of celebrating that attempt. The bureaucracy of developing countries like India also need blind date with knowledge, where public policy should not only follow in the letter rather in spirit. There is no doubt these blind dates of public policy do not always produce a positive result, but if do not encourage this culture, then we are doomed to be underproductive and unscientific in our approach. Meanwhile, the attitude of research is very important for a nation. In this 21st century, if we do not focus on research, then we will lose our strength and stability. The dynamic nature of internal and external security also demand rigorous research practice so that we can secure ourselves in this digital warfare. However, going this way, we should always remember research is not an arranged date with knowledge, rather a blind one. The greatest scientist of our time, Albert Einstein, rightly said, "A person who never made a mistake has never tried anything new." Hence, embrace mistakes and do research, or one might say a blind date with knowledge, as much as you can. This will make you as an individual curious, as a nation great, as humanity prosperous.